Good evening. I'm stressed. What's your name? I have a relatively busy week coming up. Today is Monday. It's Monday night, and my school week is about to start. Once I, figured out the things that I have to get done this week, I'm like, oh, I am feeling a little anxious right now. Tomorrow I have a library tour. For my Intro to Libraries class, we have a few library tours that we do, and they're part of our assignments where we compare two different types of libraries. Like, this first assignment is school libraries versus public libraries. And we had a presentation on school libraries, and tomorrow we're going to a public library. And I've got to take notes so I can use the information that we're given to do my assignment. Since I'm not good at taking notes, well, actually, let me not say that. It's not that I'm not good at them. I feel like I get too caught up in, writing down as much information as possible when just putting bullet points would be enough. But my brain, doesn't always think like that. I feel like I have to write down every single detail that they say when that's not the case. But I printed out the template that I need, so I'm gonna have that so I can have notes for myself. And my note taker is going to be there, thankfully. I'm very grateful for them. So that'll also be helpful. And I feel like now that I know that, I'm feeling a little better about it than I did earlier today. So I have that on Tuesday, and then my school and public library assignment is due next week. And then on Wednesday, I have a test for my cataloging class. Have I studied? Next question. I have to study for that too, and it doesn't even have to be that long. It can even be 30 minutes, just brushing up on the necessary material. It's mostly the terminology that is important to learn. That's something that my instructor has made a point to tell us, to know the terminology and what it all means. And then I have an assignment due for my searching class. Have I started it? Since I've done the test for that class already last week, I feel like I'm going to do pretty good on the assignment because my instructor said it's basically the same thing, or it's very similar. I guess I feel better about doing the assignment since I know it's similar. I just haven't started it yet, so I need to do that. Speaking of my test for my searching class, I got my grade back for that earlier today, and I got a perfect score. What? I don't think that's ever happened before. I can't remember ever getting a perfect score on a test or an assignment ever. Yay! So I feel very proud of myself for that. I really do. That's one good thing coming out of me kind of feeling anxious about this upcoming week. I tend to get ahead of myself too much in a negative way, where I feel like because I don't have the information yet, because things haven't happened yet, and I'm thinking about it too much, and I'm thinking about the worst case scenario, or just bad things that could happen, or I'm thinking I'm not going to do well, then it makes me feel anxious, and I get triggered by that, and I can't think with nuance. I tend to think in black and white when I'm feeling that way. They're just thoughts. Having a thought in your head doesn't mean it's a fact. Just because I feel like I'm not gonna do well because I don't have the information yet, that doesn't mean that's real. It's probably not gonna happen. That's probably not gonna be the case. I just have to do the thing. And my library tour is tomorrow, and then I'll get the information, and then I can work on the assignment. Oh, I'm starting to think about it again. The video just started, and we're already getting deep, but you know what? Who cares? This is my video. I can talk about whatever I feel like talking about. And right now, I feel like talking about what's in store for this week and how I'm feeling about it. So that's what I just did. I'm saying that like you weren't here for it. It's almost 10, and I'm going to read before bed. I'm still reading The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I ended up renewing it, and it's due this Saturday. But I have less than 100 pages left, so I feel like if I read for at least an hour every night, I'll finish this by Saturday. There would be no point in renewing it again for another 3 weeks if I have, I don't know, like 50 pages left. So I'm gonna read. And then I'm gonna go to sleep because I have to wake up early tomorrow for the tour. I'm looking forward to the tour. I haven't been to the library that we're going to, so I think it'll be nice. I'll try not to worry about writing everything down, everything that they say, because I'm not gonna need everything. And also, like, when I'm given a like template to fill out, I get like caught up on like putting the information in its respective area in the table. I'm like, okay, they said this, and I look at my table and I'm like, what section does it go in? And I get too caught up in that, and then I don't end up writing down anything. Also, in the template, I didn't realize there was a second page. I don't know how that happened. I was in the Word doc and I was scrolling. It looked like there were only 2 pages, and then I opened a second one that I'm going to use for tomorrow's tour, and there was a second page. There's always been a second page. I think there's 4 pages total. I only saw the first 2. I didn't see the second 2. So that threw me off. That wasn't fun. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna do fine. The tour hasn't happened yet, and it's gonna be okay. But then I also have a cataloging assignment due next Wednesday. What? I'm gonna try not to stress about it too much, even though I literally am. I'm just gonna read before bed. I'm not gonna go to sleep feeling stressed. I'm gonna go to sleep continuing to read this lovely romance book that I really like. So, leave me alone.
The book is Marketplace. Again, you want to go?
Yeah? When is that?
December?
Oh.
Yeah, December 6th.
Okay.
You want to go again?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. We can do that. I'm at the library. We just finished our library tour. I don't know what's going on. I have taken refuge in a secluded corner until my mom picks me up. But like, this library is really nice. But like, in terms of taking notes and collecting information, look at this. I brought a clipboard to put the template that I can write my notes on. We don't have to hand this in. It's just so we can do this assignment. I barely wrote anything. Look, I wrote like one thing, and I don't even know if it's in the right place. There was just so much stuff happening. There was so much information being thrown at me, and I was trying to listen, but also trying to write things down, which is hard. And I think I mentioned this before, but my note taker is here, or was here, for a good majority of it, which I'm very grateful for, but I still have to write stuff on the template myself so I can answer the questions. But as they were saying things, they were like, oh, this is this area, this is what it's for. Oh, here's a collection of these things, and this is what they're for. Oh, these are the programs we have. And I'm like flicking through my thing, being like, oh, where do I put that? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm overreacting. I think I'm just a little stressed right now because I feel bad that I don't have a lot of information here. I also didn't have any questions to ask either. Granted, most of the people didn't have questions, but the people who did asked like good questions about the things that the people who work here said. Like, you know, I can't think of any examples. I don't know why I set it up to be like I was going to give you some. But whenever people ask questions, I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Whether it was today or in class, I'm like, why didn't I think of that? I don't know enough information to ask a question. So when people ask, I'm like, how come I didn't ask that? Because I don't know. Like, my brain can't compute sometimes. The second I start to understand a concept, we move on to the next thing. Like, people are asking questions, and I don't know. I'm like, I want to ask more questions. I wanted more information, but I don't know what to ask. I don't know. And just now, like, the tour ended like maybe 40 minutes ago, maybe a little less than that. And I was walking down to the lower level, and there were 2 other people in my class who were working on the assignment together, or like, I guess filling out this table. And they were like 2 meters away from me. Did I say anything and ask to join them and work on it together? No! I don't know. It's probably gonna be fine at the end. I'm probably gonna be fine. This is just temporary. This is just a feeling. I'm just feeling very stressed. It's not gonna last forever. The assignment's due in a week. I have time to work on it. I'm definitely going to use the weekend more productively because this weekend I did literally nothing. Hopefully when my note taker sends the document, I can have more information and it'll refresh my memory about everything. And I'll be sure to thank him because he's making things a lot easier for me because I have notes, the transcript to look back on. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be fine. My mom is coming to pick me up soon, so I need to go down to meet her. The library I'm at is close to where she works, so I just came to work with her this morning because it would be easier than like transporting me everywhere. She'd have to like drive here, there, and everywhere all around the country, and yeah, it was just more convenient this way. Okay, I'm feeling a little self-conscious because there are people walking by, but at the same time, who cares? Whatever. I'm gonna get ready to go now. I'm back in my mom's office, and I have lunch. So hopefully after I eat, I'll feel better. Oh no, my fries! I don't want them to fall. This is a long one. When I was a kid and we go to McDonald's, we would always put our table mats, or our napkins, we would open them up all the way, like table mats. Because those tables are dirty. I got a crispy chicken burger and some fries, and also some iced tea. That's really the only pop or soft drink I get when I get fast food. Either that or lemonade. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm gonna eat and probably watch something on YouTube. I need to rest. My brain is tired right now. It needs to recharge. And also I think I'm also hangry on top of the stress. Maybe these fries will help me. Potatoes always make me feel better. Although when I was here this morning, I got a lot of work done on my searching assignment, so I feel good about that. I was gonna try to come up with a fraction. I couldn't. I'm almost done. I have like 2 questions left, but I still have to study for my test tomorrow. I can worry about that after I finish eating. Right now, it's time to eat and chill. Thank you. I just spent the last 4 hours contemplating my life choices. I got home and tried to study for my test tomorrow. I was just looking over some terms, but just my brain is just so scattered right now. I was only half focused the whole time. And then I was looking over the questions for my library assignment that I had the tour for today, and I was just feeling so overwhelmed looking at some of the questions and being like, I don't know the answer. What am I supposed to put down? I can't remember half of the things they said during the tour. So how am I supposed to give examples? I don't remember half of the things that happened. I really don't know. I'm just not feeling good right now. I don't want to feel so anxious about this, and I think part of the reason why I'm anxious is because I want to do well. I want to do well on this assignment, but I hate feeling stupid. You know what I mean? I hate not knowing things. I hate not knowing what's going on. I hate not understanding what's happening. And that's how I feel right now. That's how I felt looking through the questions. I'd say a quarter of the things I don't understand. There's little things that I just don't. Things I don't remember the meaning of. I don't remember exactly what collections mean. Or functions of a library and what specific examples I have to provide from the presentations and the tour we had today. I guess I can look at the library's website. That's an option. I'm just thinking about the work that I'm gonna have to do, and it's stressing me out. I'm doing that thing again where I get ahead of myself. I really don't. I'm trying not to cry, but that's how I feel when I get anxious like this. Sorry if this isn't entertaining to watch or anything, but that's not really the point. I'm just trying to be real, and this is how I feel right now. I'm just not feeling very confident about myself in terms of knowing the information and completing this assignment to the best of my ability and just remembering all these things and being able to give examples. It's just really difficult. I'm still getting used to being in school again and getting used to this new routine and just having to juggle all of these things. It's not easy to get used to for someone like me who hasn't been in school in 5 years. It's not a pleasant feeling. I really don't know. And I don't like not knowing. I'll try to focus on other things. I have my test tomorrow. I hope I do well on that. It's hard to know because I don't know what questions are exactly going to be on the test, so sometimes I don't know what to study, even though I do, even though they said what's going to be covered on it. But in terms of how the questions are going to be written out, I don't know. So what am I supposed to do? Do you know what I mean? I hope you understand what I mean. I don't think I'm explaining it well because I'm not in a good state of mind to be explaining things. While we're on the topic of things that are bothering me, last week I ordered this really cute K-pop Demon Hunters pin on Etsy, as well as 2 Stray Kids pins. And I ordered them. They're so cute. I can't wait to put them on my backpack, but then I realized the sellers can't ship them to me because of the Canada Post strike. Now I have to wait even longer for something good to happen. The strike can't last very long. People have to get their things delivered. It's a whole thing. I'm not happy right now. In case you couldn't tell, I don't know if it was not obvious or anything, but I'm not happy. I guess there is one good thing that happened. I finished my searching assignment today. That's definitely a good thing. and I'm glad I did that. I guess I'm just not super excited about it because of all the bad things that my mind is currently focusing on, even though I shouldn't, but it's kind of hard when it's really important. But my searching assignment is done, and I looked over it a few times to make sure it was good, and then I submitted it, so I guess that's one thing off my list. And also tomorrow, once I do my test, that'll be another thing off of my list, so that's nice. But then I have to work on the 2 assignments that I have due next week. But it's okay, I got one done that was due this week. Unrelated to school, but another good thing that's happening that I have to look forward to. I'm getting glasses next week. When I was like 11, after I got eye surgery, I wore glasses for maybe like a month or 2, and then I stopped. I like barely remember that, but that was the thing. I never wore glasses, but I'm going to be by next week because I had an eye appointment recently and I found or tried lenses that actually improved little things. I'll definitely be wearing them in the next video, so then you'll see them, I guess. But I'm excited about that. They're really cute glasses. They're like tortoiseshell frames. They're blue, and they're really cute, and I like them. That's something I have to look forward to. I just have to get through this week. It's 10:30. I was hoping I could read tonight, but I have to wake up early tomorrow for my class in the morning, so I don't think I'll be able to do that. I'm just gonna shower and then go to bed, and hopefully I'll feel better in the morning. But also, I don't know, because it's only gonna be 14 degrees tomorrow. Are you serious? Also, I don't know if this hairstyle is working. I kind of improvised it. I pushed it all to the front, but I forgot how cumbersome these beads can be sometimes. It's only been 2 days. I don't want to take them out now. I'll give it another week, see how I feel, and then I'll probably change it up. Or maybe 2, because my hair's braided. When my hair's braided, I keep them in longer. I need to go to sleep. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Microsoft Word, new, you write APA and just click search. A research paper according to the APA style, other format your professor might ask for. Very, very easy.
Hello. I'm outside now. I was going to go into the washroom that I usually go into, but it was being cleaned, so we outside. My test is in a couple of minutes, but I just wanted to debrief you on what's going on, what's been happening. I had class earlier. It was good. Thanks for watching. But that's not all. When I was on the train this morning, my mom dropped me off at the train station to get to the subway. So I was on the subway, and the second I sat down in my seat, I was bombarded with the most repugnant stench. One of the most disgusting stenches that I have ever come across in my airways, in my nasal passages. I don't know what that was. Actually, I think I might know. I don't want to point fingers, but there was a man sleeping a few seats away from me. He looked like he was out cold. I glanced at him every now and then. He was not moving. He was out. I hope he wasn't dead. He might have just been sleeping, but I don't know, it smelled bad. Luckily, my train trip was only like 2 minutes, so I was fine after that. I did hold my breath a little bit. Sorry to that man. I hope he's okay. But I had a little something to eat before my test, and I watched the vocalists from Huntrix perform on Jimmy Fallon from last night, and it was great. It was so awesome. I'm so happy for them. I love K-pop Demon Hunters. I love the music. I have basically all the songs saved on my playlist now. It's so good. I'm so happy for EJ. Apparently, she was like a K-pop trainee for like 10 years, but she never debuted. Then she became a songwriter and has written quite a few well-known K-pop songs, and then she co-wrote a bunch of the songs for K-pop Demon Hunters, including Golden, and now it's Platinum. That's so awesome. What if it gets nominated for an Oscar? That would be so sick. Golden gets nominated for Best Original Song, and then the movie itself gets nominated for Best Animated Feature. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. That'd be so awesome. And then they perform Golden at the Oscars because it gets nominated. That's so great. That's something I'm happy about today. I feel like this video's been pretty negative so far, but that makes me happy. And also, on my way to my building, I saw a squirrel just scampering across the pavement. So that was cute and nice. Okay, I have to go and take my test. Wish me luck. I'm outside again, and you can barely see my face. Oh no. I just had lunch, and I got back from class. I had class after my test. How do I feel about the test? Not very good. I don't feel very confident about how I did on the test. There were maybe I think there was a third of the test I felt good about, where I knew the answers, or I felt good about them, and then the other 2/3, no. There were at least 2 or 3 questions, and they're divided into different sections, right? So I'm I don't know. And I just pulled an answer out of my booty hole and hope for the best. Now that I'm 6 weeks in, I think my cataloging class is probably my least favorite. I'm being completely honest. There's so many terms to remember. And I know I'm only 6 weeks into a 2-year program, but there's just a lot to know. And I know for a fact that I'm not the only one who's confused, but it feels that way a lot of the time. But the test is over. Even though I don't feel great about it, I feel like I did decent. That's really the furthest, biggest compliment I can give myself about it. I feel like I did decent. I told my mom that I wasn't feeling very good about my libraries assignment, so she said she would look over it with me and we would try to work on things together. So I feel better about that. Yeah. Okay, time to go home. Oh, now you can see my face, now that I've moved slightly into the sun. Look at that. Wow, look at that. That's so beautiful. Alright. Hello. I just finished crying and writing in my journal about today. Today was just not very good for a lot of reasons, a lot of which I've already talked about. I feel like I've exhausted all of my thoughts about today while writing in my journal, so I don't really feel the need to share all of that in this video. Some stuff just stays in the pages or with my therapist, but I just thought I'd give an update. On top of today not being very good, there were way too many people on the train back home today. It seemed way more than usual. I got on the platform and there were so many people there. It was just so overwhelming, even more than usual. I just wanted to go home. I didn't want to be around all these people. And I was sitting in my seat, I was by the window, and I felt so cramped between the window and the man who sat next to me, who was using a walker. And when he sat down so hard, it kind of squished the side of my leg, and I felt it for the entire 45-minute train ride. It was just so bad. And on top of that, when I got to my stop, I got up and I realized I'd been sitting in gum the entire time. It was these little things that just kept adding up and just making me feel even worse. And when I was eating lunch by myself, I saw like a group of people at the same table as me. The tables are like long, right? So they were at the other end of the table. They were talking about animation, so I assume they were in the animation program. And then I think while they were leaving, one of them was leaving, they were like, I'm not even joking, they were like, we have each other, and everyone knows the strongest bond is the bond of friendship. And I was just sitting there like, all around me are familiar faces, worn out. Today was not my day. So far this week has not been my week, and it's only Wednesday, and I still have to work on my assignment, which I don't feel good about. I don't feel confident about it at all, but I have to do it. Because if I don't pass all the assignments, then I don't pass the course. I know, like, I'm doing that thing where I think too far ahead, and then I make myself anxious. That's just how I feel. And I don't want to be like one of those people who cries on social media for attention. I'm not. I'm just expressing how I feel right now. I'm just trying to be honest. And honestly, I'm not feeling good. It's just a really off day. I know it's gonna pass. I know this feeling won't last forever. Just because it sucks now doesn't mean it's gonna suck the whole time. It's just really hard sometimes. I think I'm gonna have dinner, and then hopefully my mom will be able to help me with my assignment and stuff. I don't want to pry her away from her own busy schedule, but I think I really need some help. And I'm happy she offered to help. I really need it. Hopefully food will make me feel better. I bought muffins the other day, and I think there's one left. Unless someone had half. I don't know. Hello. It's been a couple hours. It's been several hours, actually. It's almost 11:30 p.m. and I'm feeling better than I did earlier. My parents know how I was feeling, and they've been really understanding and encouraging. I think I've just been overthinking everything. Not that it invalidates how I was feeling. It's not like I'm not allowed to feel those feelings, which I am, but now that I felt them, and I still am a little bit, just not as strongly, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be alright. I'm gonna be fine. I was just really overwhelmed with everything, and it just feels so big. I'm the kind of person, like, when I feel something, like when I feel emotions and I feel feelings, they're really big. Just in general, I feel very strongly good and bad things, so it was just a lot for me to handle, but I'm feeling a little better about it now. It's nice that I was able to kind of express how I was feeling to my parents a little bit. I just appreciate that they know that I was just feeling really overwhelmed, but not like making me feel like I'm not allowed to feel that way. Reminding me that I'm gonna be fine. Even though I didn't really feel great about my test today, it was just one test. I'll have plenty of other tests to do. I can do better on the next one. I don't even know how I did yet, I just did it today. I don't know what my grade is gonna be. I probably won't for like another week. It's just like a constant like cycle. You know, I'm probably going to feel like this again. It happens, it could happen at any time, but then I'm gonna feel fine after. They're just feelings. They're temporary, you know? It's not gonna last forever. I think I said something along those lines before, but at this point I don't really remember that much. My mom had a meeting this evening, so she wasn't able to work with me today on my library's assignment, but honestly, neither was I. I was just so overwhelmed And I feel like it would have just made things worse, especially after such a mentally taxing, emotionally overwhelming day for me. I just needed a break, and I ate dinner and watched just some comforting vlogs and videos. So that was nice. Something to put me a bit more at ease. And I just finished reading for an hour. I read a chapter of my book, and now I'm about to go to bed. I don't have any tests or anything tomorrow. I have a quiz on Friday, and it's open book, so I guess that's nice, but I'm still gonna try to review some stuff for it. But tomorrow's a regular day. I just have class. I need a good sleep. I think I'll feel better tomorrow. Today was a lot, but tomorrow will be better. Good night.